everybody. It's Rick Ruby down in Charlotte. Welcome to this week's episode of the Street Smart Millionaire, where we talk about accumulating wealth, making a lot of money, finding balance in your life. Well, my wife went to Austria on Thursday with my youngest daughter and my 3 grandkids to visit my mother-in-law and my brother-in-law. My wife is from Austria. And, of course, one of my dogs ran away, so I spent a day and a half finding the dog. Luckily, it showed back up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Taking care of all the animals at the farm. I'm working my butt off. I'm definitely going to clean the house really good. I'm probably going to have it cleaned before she comes home because my wife is kind of a neat freak, which I will tell you this. There are no wealthy slobs. Somebody told me that years ago when I was a slob, and I learned that valuable lesson, and I want you to learn it right now. There are no wealthy slobs. Lose my glasses off my shirt. So there are no wealthy slobs. You got to be organized. You got to become kind of like a freak about OCD and handling stuff. So I want to talk today about wealth. Friday was the worst day I ever had in the stock market. I lost the most money ever one day ever. I didn't buy on Monday because I wanted to see if it would continue. So yesterday, the market rallied pretty well yesterday. I said, well, this is not a correction. This is a one-day blip. And then today, the market's off really bad again. So here's what I will tell you. April and May, I was up 22% in the stock market. So when you're up that much in such a short period of time, it's got to correct. So a healthy correction is good for the economy. So I believe a correction right now is the best thing that can happen to the stock market. Don't buy anything. Don't sell anything. Wait a couple days. Let's see what it does, and then we'll buy. Like, if you drew a straight line on a piece of paper, and then you made a U, okay? So the stock was $40. It went down $35, $32, $30, $25, $20, $18, $21, $24, $27, $30, $40. If a stock was at 40, dropped, and went back to 40. If you didn't buy anything, you would be even. No gain, no loss. If you bought it all the way down and all the way up, you would have made 30% gain on your money. So you've got to buy every month. So, the 1st of June, I put my 20% savings. So listen to me clearly. Save 20% in the stock market for 20 years. You'll be wealthy. I've been ranting and raving this message for the past, I've been in the stock market when I learned that lesson 39 years ago, and I've been teaching every employee, every mortgage client I did a mortgage for, every realtor that referred me business, everybody at every church I worked at, anybody who would ever listen, colleges, high schools, grade schools. I have taught 2 things. I have taught budgeting, and I've taught saving 20% in the stock market for eternity. Now, I will tell you, at 65 years old, I've been in the market for going on 40 years. In March, it'll be 40 years that I've invested 20% of my paycheck in the stock market. I've got a giant portfolio. My charitable foundation has tens of millions of dollars in it because I have so much money in my estate. I don't want to pay all that estate tax, so I just dump it into my charitable trust. So I will tell you, my dynasty trust will fund my generational wealth forever and ever. It will never go away. My charitable trust will never go away. It will be a foundation forever and ever and ever. It will never go away because the balances are getting so large. All of that is because I've saved 20% for 40 years of every paycheck. Now, I happen to be a really good earner, so that helps a lot. So if you want to really accumulate a lot of wealth, we got to jack up your income, and I'll talk about that in a couple minutes. But just remember, save 20% for 20 years, stick it in the S&P 500, nothing else but that, and you'll be wealthy. So let me give you an example. You make $100,000 a year. You save 20%. It's 20 grand. You never get a raise. You never make more than 100 grand. In 20 years, at 20 grand a year savings, that'll be 400 grand. Now, because of compounding, that's where the money grows and grows and grows and grows and grows. It doubles every 10 years if it makes 7%. Well, the S&P has averaged 11% in 25 years. So let's say it only does 7%. The money doubles twice. So the 20 grand a year you put in over 20 years is 400 grand. You double it once, it'll be 800 grand. You double it again, it'll be 1.6 million. So if you make 100 grand a year and save 20 grand a year, in 20 years you have 1.6 million. If you did it another 10 years and you did it for 30 years, you would have $3.2 million. So the money explodes over time because it's compounding, which means this money grows to this and then this grows to this. So that's the secret. I have put money in the stock market for 40 years, 20% of my paycheck every month, forever and ever and ever and ever. I've never missed. If you go to my financial planner, who I've been coaching for 17 years, he's the number 8 financial planner in Forbes magazine. He will tell you all of his wealthy clients, nobody saves more regularly than me. So June 1st, I put in my 20% into the hand. What is the hand? It's the hand that funds you. I have the hand that feeds you for salespeople. This is a plan how we get business. This is a plan how we invest. Here's how it works. This is the S&P 500. This is an index that has 500 companies in it. Big companies, middle companies, little companies. The best and brightest are in the S&P. All the good ones are in here. So if you want to buy Microsoft, Amazon, Apple, NVIDIA, they're all in the S&P. So if you own the S&P, you have a piece of all those companies. So the S&P should be half. I do like the Invesco QQQ. This is a fund that buys 100 highly innovative technological advanced companies. That's where the future is. So I put 10% in there. Then I have 10% in 4 stocks. My 4 stocks, I like Amazon. I like Microsoft. I like NVIDIA. I like Tesla, Oracle, whatever, Johnson & Johnson crap. Really good, big companies that have been around a long time. They're always probably going to make money. I mean, you could own Netflix in there. You could own Meta. You could own Google. I mean, those are called the Mag 7, which are like the biggest and brightest companies. Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Tesla, Google, Meta. Those are what's called the Mag 7, the most magnificent 7 stocks in the stock market. So I invest in the hand that funds me. Really simple. So on June 1st, I put my 20% of my paycheck, and I put half into this, 10% in the QQQ, and 10% in these 4 stocks. Now, I have some liquid money for a dip. So either today or tomorrow, whenever I think this little correction is over, I will buy some more stocks with my liquid money for the dip. So I buy monthly, dollar cost average. I have some money for a dip. Now, I built my dream house about 3 years ago. I bought an island. Yeah, I know. I bought a 3-acre island on a lake. I built a big old mansion on it. My wife told me we're going to live on the farm, which I agree. I'm more peaceful and happier at the farm. So I'm selling this giant house. I sold it about 3 weeks ago. It closes July 15th. I'm taking all that money and I will layer it in. So what I will do as of July 15th, I will put 1/12 of the money into the hand that funds me every week over 3 months. So when you get a big check, other than your monthly, you layer it in over 3 months. We'll put your monthly in every month like clockwork. Put that 20% in like clockwork into the hand that funds me. Layer in over the hand that funds me. Then you keep some money liquid for a dip. So I have about 7% of my money liquid to invest when I see on sale. So today NVIDIA is at $200 a share. 2 weeks ago it was at $225 a share. I think it's the greatest company in America. I will buy some more NVIDIA. I like Oracle. I think it's a really good company. I'll buy some more Oracle. I like Tesla. I'll buy some more Tesla. I like Amazon. I'll buy some more Tesla. I like Microsoft, but I won't buy anymore. It seems like software is kind of like not popular right now. And I have Meta, but I don't know if I would buy more Meta. I don't know if I love it. I wish I had Google, but I don't own Google. I wish I had sold my Apple at like $235, and it's like $300 today. So Apple, I sold it. I shouldn't have. Listen, you never know when to buy, when to sell. In to win is kind of philosophy on the stock market. So I put my money in 3 ways. 20% goes in monthly. I keep some liquid money, 5 to 10% when something goes on sale, and I layer in big checks. So when I sell my big house, if it closes, I got an inspection that came back. I got a couple things I got to fix. They got a survey of the island. They want to make sure all the property lines are good. It should be no problem. So I'll probably close July 15th. I'll put that money in over the next 3 months. Is how it's called layering it in. I bought June 1st on the dollar cost average monthly, and then I have some money that either today or tomorrow or Thursday I'll buy because I think things are on sale. I'll definitely buy more NVIDIA at $200. I think it's a $500 a share company. Now listen, I don't tell you what to buy. I'm not a financial planner. I'm just a wealthy man that tells you what I'm doing. I'm a really good earner. I make a giant income. I have a really good investment portfolio. I have a giant portfolio. I think that, I love the Bible, and the Bible says to seek good counsel and be under good authority. I think I am both those things. I have a subscription for $250 a month, gives lots of videos, lots of trainings. We do a live coaching session every week where one of my 34 coaches gets on there and does live Q&A. We have modulars for training. I've looked around at subscription type online training programs. I came out and created the best one I could find. So I think if you look at my locker room, the core locker room, for $250 a month, it's the best program out there for realtors and lenders. Now, it doesn't have any accountability, which I'm a firm fan of. I look at my level 1 at $750 a month. That's for people like 3 to 10 million. I look at my level 2 that has a coach. So my level 1 has a trainer. They're not in the mortgage or real estate business, but they've been with me 5 years. My level 2 and level 3 has a coach that is a realtor or is a lender and has been in my program for 10 years before they can coach me. So level 2 has a coach. We work on your sales and your team. Then level 3 has a coach with more time, more access to me. That's about sales, team, and money. So level 1 is about sales. Level 2 is about sales and team. Level 3 is about sales, team, and money. Everyone belongs to the locker room. If you're in any of my coaching levels, you belong to the locker room. It's a community where they can chit-chat and talk, and there's coaching questions. You can get coaching questions answered. So I try to be everything for everybody in the mortgage and real estate business to give them the training they need to learn to really blow up. Because let's be clear, if you're not under someone's authority, you're not really going to do anything great. I have a mortgage group in Michigan, North Carolina, and Tennessee. I have about 38 loan reps that work for me. I close about 240, 250 loans a month. It's pretty good. I do almost $1 billion worth of business, and I don't even own it. I work for a guy named Ron, owns a mortgage company called Cross Country. I think it's a great company. I think he does a great job. I love working for him and representing him. I refer a lot of people to go work for him. And I was talking to him today about why do you think so many people come to work here? Because I'm here. Because they trust me, he said. They know that I deliver really good results. So in the mortgage and real estate business, there's 2 ways to do business. Like in every industry, plumbing, financial planning, electrical, there's 2 ways to do business. You're relational or you're transactional. If you're relational, you got to do such a good job that the people refer you 2 or 3 clients. That's a relational, referral-based business. In a transactional business, you come to me, you get a mortgage, I don't do a very good job, you never call me again, I don't care about you. So most people in life, most people that I know are transactional. I used to go to a restaurant when I lived in Michigan, and the owner was there, his name was Tony, and he came out and see me. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Ruby, are we having the regular? Do you want something different? I went to that restaurant all the time. Now listen, the food was okay. It wasn't great food. It was good food. But the experience, small restaurant, 10 or 12 tables, he always got me in. He always took great care of me. He knew when it was my birthday or my anniversary. I mean, I love this restaurant. So he went out of business. And I'm like, how could he go out of business when he does such a great job? Because obviously he wasn't good with his data. So I'm going to tell you my big 3 to being successful in life. Now there's many, but these are what I think are the most important. Number 1, you got to know who your ideal client is, and you got to get more of them. For me, in the coaching business, I want people that do 20 million to 50 million. They're already successful, and they want to blow up, and they're open to change, and they're relationship based. So I just had 140 guests at my event. 117 signed up for coaching. I took 58 people that are going to pay me $40,000 a year. So I just brought in $2 million in revenue a year for a 2-year contract. I just brought in $4 million in revenue. Lots of people want to pay me. When you meet me and hang out with me, if you're a realtor or lender, you're going to want to pay me because I'm going to blow you up. I've helped 767 people net $1 million in 1 year in income. Different people, not multiple. I have many people that have multiple times, but I'm talking about 767 different people I've helped make $1 million. I've had 3,100 people become millionaires. That means they have $1 million in the bank. Not $1 million net worth, $1 million in the bank. I've had 3,100 people in my program get $1 million in the bank. I've had 767 people make $1 million. Those numbers are staggering based on 3 things. Number 1, you know what your perfect client is, you get more of them. I know who my perfect client is, I just got a bunch of them. Number two, you got to have excellent data analytics. I know all my data from all my businesses. I don't have mountains of data. I have the right data. I know how many clients were my perfect client. I know how many signed up. I know how many are leaving. I know how many are staying. I know I'm going to have growth. Twice a year, I have to have growth. How much growth? Doesn't matter. 10 to 20% is what I like to grow. And I'm literally growing this time like 13% growth. My company is up 21% year to date, my coaching company in net profit. Now remember, I've been open 25 years and I'm up 21% net year to date through May. That's pretty incredible. My mortgage group is up 17% year to date over last year. And my stock market was up 15%. Now after these two corrections, I'm up 11%. Right now, as of 1 o'clock today, I'm up 11% year-to-date net on my portfolio. 11% I've made year-to-date in 5 months. These are great numbers to why you should listen to me, hang around me, and pay me. Now, I think, number one, you have to know the perfect client, get more of them. Number two, you have to have really good data analytics. I have really good tracking systems on sales, team, money, growth, everything. Really good systems to track data. Number three, you've got to have the right team. And the right team takes about, well, it takes forever, but at minimum 2 years before a team member is really, really good at their job. At least 2 years. So I've been working for my boss for 5.5 years. Hopefully he feels I'm a really good employee. I got a contract coming up in February. We'll see what he wants to do, if he wants to renew my contract or not. I hope he does. I really like working for him. But I'll tell you this. Those three things, knowing your perfect client, getting more of them, understanding your data really well that you can make changes based on your data. And number three, building a really good team that's aligned with you. Those are three big things to be successful in any business. Now, I will tell you this. Vision, plan, accountability are three very important things as well. So I break everything down in threes. Based on that's how Jesus works. I'm a sinner. You're the Lord God. Please save me. That's the Christian prayer of salvation. So we keep it in three. I figure if it's good enough for God, threes are good enough for me. So I like to keep things in threes. Makes it really simple. Here's what I'll tell you. If you don't have a coach, get a coach. If you have a coach, make sure he's the right coach. How do you know if he's the right coach? Does he have a business that looks like you want your business to look like? Does he make the money you want to make? Does he have the money to bank? I know most of the people that are in my industry. I find most of them pretenders. I feel they don't really make any money. They don't really have any money. They don't really have, I'm still in the mortgage business because I'm good at it. Most of the people in the mortgage coaching business are not in the mortgage business. I'm in the mortgage business because I'm good at it. How could I teach you how to be in the mortgage business if I'm not in the mortgage business? All my coaches are active lenders and active realtors that personally talk to the client. I personally talk to all my coaching students. Video, Zoom, call, scheduled meetings. They come in for, I can't take on many more clients because there's only so many hours in a day. Like I watched the Spurs beat the Knicks last night. It was a team effort, but you could tell that Wemby dominated. So in all companies, it's a team effort, but the star has to perform. In my model of relationship-based selling, you have to be the superstar with team. I don't let my team do the selling. I do the selling. Wemby scored the most points last night. He played the best defense. He set the tone with his attitude on how the team was going to be. I thought it was unbelievable to go in a hostile environment like New York that the Spurs won it. And that's why they're both in the championship match. Now, there's not any competition for coaches. I wish there was. I would dominate in every category. I do the most revenue. I make the most profit. I've created the most people that make $1 million. I've created the most people that have $1 million in the bank. My retention, I just lost 8% of my level 3 clients. It's unbelievable. The average retention in the coaching business is negative 65%. They have 65 to 75% losses annually. I just lost 8%. It's staggering how many of my clients stay with me because I'm telling you, I'm just better. If you're not with me, get with me in whatever level you can afford. If you're with me, be grateful you're with me. Be a better student. Be more committed to what we're doing because you are going to blow up and there's no other option than that. So I think sales is relational, transactional. I think teams, you have to care for them, love on them, pound them, train them, hold them accountable. I have lots of people that if I don't think they're doing their job well, we'll have a performance enhanced program, a PIP, where we might write them up and talk about it. If it doesn't get better, we'll do a formal write-up. If that doesn't get better, we'll do another formal write-up. If that doesn't get better, I'll part ways. Now, I will tell you this. I hate giving up on people. I'll tell you why. Everybody always gave up on me in my whole life. I don't think my parents thought much of me. I don't think my teachers thought much of me. I don't think the coaches thought much of me. There probably wasn't much of me to think about, but I will tell you, everybody's given up on me. I've been fired 3 times by corporations. I've had thousands of clients fire me as an employer and a coach. So I've probably been fired more than anybody in America. I will tell you this, it's made me very tough. And every time I get fired by a client, I do better. Every time I've gotten fired by a company, I've gotten better. I'm in my second marriage. I'm working really hard to be a good husband. It's difficult. I'm a little bit on the selfish side, like a lot of salespeople. And to be a good leader or to be a good partner, I think you have to really put the other person in front of you. Their needs are more important than your needs. That's difficult for salespeople because salespeople are selfish. So listen, I'm working hard on my wealth. I'm working hard on my balance. I'm working hard to be a good teacher, a good husband, a good coach, a good person. I think it's all worth the work. So if you're following me, I hope you think like I do. Here's what I think. We're going to do better. Tomorrow I'm going to be a better person than I am today. Tomorrow I'm going to be a better leader than I am today. Today I'm going to be better than I was yesterday. Here's my final message for the day. I think I'm running out of time. I've got about 7 minutes. So here's my final thought. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow's a mystery. Today's a gift. Open the box and enjoy what you have. Make the best of your situation. Don't worry about what you don't have. I believe in having a vision that you want more out of life. I think you got to have a clear vision. You got to have a plan, steps, how you get there, and you got to have some accountability. So I believe, I work out with a personal trainer. I've been the same personal trainer for 16 years. I may not look it because I'm 65, but I'm in really good shape. I can do 100 push-ups. I can do 100 sit-ups. I can do 15 pull-ups. Those are pretty good tests to see what kind of shape you're in. I read John Maxwell every day. I read the proverb every day. Those are the only 2 things that I read to learn. My favorite book is the book Raving Fans. I want to make sure that I'm changing lives, that I'm paying it forward, and I'm teaching the people how to be great and teaching people how to have a great experience. So I love the book Raving Fans. I did like the book E-Myth. I like the book about turning everything into a process. I believe everything is a process. So those are some books I loved. I've read a lot of business books. So I don't write books. I do podcasts. I do videos. There's lots of stuff online about me. I have a high-end coaching program. I don't do talks for fee. I do talks to get coaching students. So if you ever see me somewhere, it's because I want you to pay me to hold you accountable. I have a personal trainer for 16 years. He holds me accountable twice a week. I do 1,000 reps. He calls me out on bad count. He calls me out on bad form. If he wasn't standing over me, I wouldn't do as good a job. I'm not super self-motivated. I have a lot of self-discipline, and I stick to a vision. I want to have 400 clients that make $1 million. Right now, I got about 360 clients starting in July that pay me $40,000. I have 148 that make $1 million. I want to get them all to make $1 million. I have about 120 clients in my level 2. They pay me $22.50 a month. And I have 390 clients in my level 1 that pay me $7.50 a month. And right now I have about 600 people in my subscription. I think that I teach really sound principles of how to get clients, how to cater clients, and how to count the money. And then we give a lot of money away. Our organization with 345 current members have given away $6.2 million year-to-date to charities. I'm very proud of that we give a lot of money away. So if you want to make more money, save more money, and give more money to charity, maybe you should hire me. I hope you learned a lot today and I wasn't too boring, and I hope you had a little fun. Have a great week. Go out there, be relational based in your business, grow, prosper, invest in the stock market. Remember, bad days like Monday and today are just a buying opportunity. Don't get over emotional about it. You're in the market for a long time. Rick Ruby, see you later.